Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Shubham this side. Now in this one, let us talk about unpaid internship. Now this topic is pretty common on the web as well as it's pretty common in the DMs of different instructors. And the common question that arises is, should we join unpaid internship? The simple answer is yes or no. Don't worry, we are going to dive deep and discuss about this. I have a complete checklist and you can see if these checklists are tick, then you should, otherwise you shouldn't. And before moving forward, let me give you a big disclaimer. If you are paying to any company, that's not an internship. Remember, that's training or courses. For example, if you are paying to a company regarding Python, regarding JavaScript, or any type of other tech or any skill, that's training or that's courses. These are not internship. There are chances that several companies give you a certificate regarding internship, but that's not an internship. You are paying to that company, that is equals to a training or maybe a course. Remember this point. During summer breaks or during winter breaks, tons of students pay and then post about their internship on social media. When you are paying to any company, that's not an internship. That's training or courses. Like you buy courses online, the same exact thing. Now, the next important thing, are unpaid internships legal or not? That means, are they ethical or not? Now, this is the controversial question. There are chances on different websites you will get yes, you will get no. So there is no clear-cut answer because whenever you do any type of internship, there are chances that you are going to get reward in terms of money, in terms of some type of exchange or anything else. So the first common thing is money. You join an internship, you get 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 rupees or dollar, whatever the location is. So you get direct money. Now some startup directly provide you food as well as location to stay. That means your living expenses. So it totally depends on you. They are not going to provide you money, but they are going to provide you these other rewards. Now there can be any other rewards. So it's controversial topic and I don't have a clear-cut answer. Now let's get back to our main topic. Should you join unpaid internship? Now here I have created a quick checklist that talk about your mentor, roles, future opportunities, your resume, what type of payments you can get in future, your professional network and lot more things. So it's a complete checklist that talk about different things and that talk about things that impact you now and that will impact you in future. Let me discuss about the first one. The most important factor is mentor and most of the students ignore this particular factor. Now you can get into any type of company, you can get into any type of project, but if you have a good mentor, your internship experience will be changed maybe from 10 to 100. Your mentor decide how you are going to play the crucial role or what type of experience you are going to get throughout your internship journey. So make sure the first checklist, the first point in your checklist should be the mentor. See if you are going to work with someone who has tons of experience in the niche that you are going to work or someone who currently have good type of projects or maybe any other factor, maybe a good team. So make sure to check this particular point, which is your mentor. Stalk him or her on your LinkedIn profile or any other social media basically and understand how is your mentor. This is going to work pretty well if you can understand what type of mentor you have and it can surely change your internship experience from 10 to 100. The next pretty common point is the role you are offered. Suppose you want to get into web development or maybe back-end development or maybe front-end development, but you are offered a role of digital marketer. I strongly recommend avoid that internship because these two fields have a big gap and you have nothing to do with digital marketing as a back-end developer. At initial level, I strongly recommend if you want to get into something, maybe back-end development, front-end development, or any other machine learning or any other field, make sure you decide your niche and stick to it. Otherwise, you are going to jump from one field to another field without getting any type of experience. Maybe you are preparing for backend development and then you are doing an internship related to digital marketing just for the certificate. It's not worthy, it's not useful. Instead, try to work on your own self project, try to team up with others, try to work on a blog or any other skill. Just stick to your niche. Otherwise, this is going to bring tons of distraction just for a certificate. These two are pretty different niche. The next point in our checklist is company name. Yep, I'm the guy who is discussing about company name again. I've seen hundreds of posts that discussing about college doesn't matter, college name doesn't matter, company name doesn't matter, your project matter. Yep, everything is fine. But if you are getting a good company name in your resume, it is going to bring lot of value not just for networking but for referrals in future. Make sure if you are getting unpaid internship from a good company, this is going to work pretty well in future also. I strongly recommend you to do some search about that company. If a good company with hundreds of employees from premium college, employees who have decent experience, or they are working on some really good projects, make sure to join them. They are going to bring a lot of value, not just in your resume, but for your future projects, for your future network, as well as for your own experience. The next point in our checklist is full-time opportunity. So you are going to complete a 2-month internship, 3-month internship. Are you going to get any PPO or any type of further opportunities? If you are getting one, make sure to add a tick for this particular point. Why? Because these type of companies, any type of unpaid companies, if you are into a good company, there are several companies actually that have unpaid interns. But at the time of full-time offer, they pay decent. They pay sometimes pretty well. I have several friends who did their digital marketing as well as development internship in Bangalore as well as in Bombay as an unpaid intern, and they got PPO. So this worked pretty well, and I think you should join a good company if they can offer a PPO, a full-time opportunity in future. Now, there are chances that these companies don't provide PPO, or if there is any new company who don't have much of PPO history, you can try to ignore it. So I strongly recommend don't join any new company for free, because now you don't even have a chance for PPO. Make sure to do a Google search about this. Make sure to do also a LinkedIn search, and if you can connect past interns, this is going to help you a lot. The next point in our checklist is the learning curve. Now, this is highly dependent on the project that you are going to work and also your previous skill. So maybe you did some online courses, your learning graph goes from 0 to 30, or maybe 40, or maybe 20, dependent on the instructor, the course, and the content that you were consuming. But then from 40 to 100, 40 to 80, 40 to 60 is dependent on the project that you are going to work as an intern in any company. Now make sure the company you are joining is working on some good projects. You can search about these projects, you can ask or discuss about these projects on LinkedIn with previous employees. But this is a big checklist point. Make sure your learning curve is increasing and that's not flat. If you are going to work for 3 months, if you are going to work for 2 months, make sure you are going to get some knowledge, some additional knowledge that was not provided by course. Most of the courses are steroids, are some additional content to your current journey. They can give you a boost suddenly from 0 to 20, but this learning curve should be slow. You should get a lot of knowledge, you should get real life experience. None of the course can provide you real life experience. Only a internship, a job can provide you, a freelancing project can provide you some real life experience. So make sure to check if the company is working on some good project or you are working on some latest tech stack or not. This is pretty important and you should figure it out before joining. The next few points in the checklist are basically by my own experience or by experience through different other students, that why you should join unpaid internship. The point is team as well as referrals. whenever you are going to work with any internship, whenever you are going to work with any team, there are chances that these people are going to help you. You are going to connect with them, stay in touch for 2 months, get meet them as a friend in future. So these people are going to work as professional folks in future also. Maybe some of them join FANG, maybe some of them join in startups or do any other type of stuff. So chances are you are going to get referrals from them. That means suppose you did first year internship at maybe XYZ company, you made 4 or 5 friends. Now one of them got offer from Amazon. So now you have possibility, if you want to switch to Amazon in future after 4 or 5 years, you have a friend that can help you to get a referral. That means just after college or maybe after 2 or 3 years, maybe working in a startup, you have option to switch to Amazon. Maybe in your second year or third year, you worked with a company, you got and made 4 or 5 new teammates friend. Now there are chances that with this professional connection, you can get a referral, get new opportunities for different startup ideas, get opportunities for different freelancing projects. So this referral network works pretty well when you get into corporate world or when you get into this professional world. Most student thinks that why I should join an unpaid internship. I can learn this stuff through online course, through offline institute, or maybe through YouTube, through some book. But you can learn things, but this network part, you can try 100 LinkedIn connection, but these 4 or 5 people with whom you are going to spend your internship period of 2 or 3 months are going to be pretty helpful, because you are in a personal touch now and you can get tons of referral because of these internships. You can do unpaid internship maybe in first year, and then maybe in second or third year you can do paid internship. So this is an important point that you should consider. The next point is pretty important in our checklist, and I usually discuss this a lot from my personal experience. An unpaid internship in your resume is still more valuable than an empty experience box in the resume. What I mean by this? So when you have an unpaid internship or any type of internship in your resume, it gives lot of other important factors. The first thing is now you have something to talk in your next internship or for your next interview. You have whole 2 or 3 month experience that you can discuss. The second thing is you have some real life experience. That means there are chances that your communication skill is going to increase because you are interacting with real humans for some task. There are chances that your writing skill is going to increase. There are chances that you are going to understand some professional things about your job, about the career, about your own profession, and also give you clarity that you want to go into this field or not. And the other important thing is, once you understand how to crack the first internship, it is pretty easy for you to crack the second one. So it's important, if you understand how to get the first one right, you have the ability, you have more confidence to crack the second one. And now you know the steps, you can negotiate, you can try a different location, and now you have a solid background for a particular niche. So if you did internship as a backend developer, you can easily crack backend developer internship again because now you have real life project. So it's pretty important to consider a resume with unpaid internship than an empty resume. Now there is one other important point to consider, that is expenses. Since currently everything is remote, but there are chances that in future you want to relocate. You have to relocate, and then you have to rent a room and maybe buy your own grocery, your own food, then it is going to be expensive. Make sure you plan things before accepting an offer. If you are doing this remotely, you are working from home, it's fine. But if you have to relocate to a big city and then you have to rent a PG or maybe a room, that is going to cost you money, and then you have to plan your food, that is going to cost you money. So you plan things before accepting an offer. I consider this as an extra expense. Instead of paying for a training, I am paying for my internship, but not to company, but for my own lifestyle. Here important thing is, If you get some good offer, if you think that you are going to learn things, you are going to create professional network, your mentor is great, you are going to have good time learning things, then I strongly recommend to join that. Now remember, an internship of 2 months can teach you more than your entire college session. That is 1 year or 2 year of your college session can be consumed inside this 2 month of internship capsule. So make sure you consider this point of expenses that totally depend on your personal lifestyle. That's it. Remember the supply and demand game. Here you are supplying a skill, not just the skill, but your own experience, your own expertise. And then there is demand game, where if the demand of your skill or the demand of your personality is high, you are going to pay it well. If it's neutral, you are going to get an unpaid internship. If it's low, then you are not going to get an internship or you have to pay. Remember, when you are paying, it's a training, it's a course, it's not an internship. Thank you for following. I hope you had great learning session. Make sure to like this video, add a comment if you have any doubt, or add a comment just to boost the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and I see you guys in the next one. Thank you for following. Check out my Instagram at shubham.ul.